If you think about fast, because of the high level of energy, the kind of mania involved, people have to get very wound up, and it's easier to do that in the context of subjects that make people particularly anxious, which usually means taboo. So if you look at a lot of the Fawlty Towers episodes, you'll find that one's about dead bodies, one's about rats, which people are like that about. One's about a woman who pretends that she's deaf. It's a little bit dodgy here and there. There's a lot of taboo in there. And anybody in comedy knows that if you get into taboo areas, if it's done right, two things happen which are both good. One is that you're exploring something that is a little unfamiliar and a little dangerous and a little exciting and therefore a little bit interesting. And secondly, it arouses a degree of anxiety, which means that people laugh more. I mean, the basis of sexual jokes, 99% of which are not the slightest bit funny, is that they harness people's anxiety and embarrassment about sex so that they get big laughs. As I say, very few of them I think are actually funny. In the whole 12 episodes, there are only 2 jokes the BBC ever objected to. I think Bill Cotton was worried about 2. One had already been cut. And the other one I was very unsure about. I think it was a reference to one of the concentration camps, just when Basil was getting very confused. The word popped up, and I was not very sure about it myself. And when Bill said, I'm worried about that, I just cut it. But we didn't have any pressure, and the PC lobby, the politically correct lobby, is something I don't understand, because a lot of what I see on television now, both here and America, seems to me much riskier than we would have got away with even in the Python days. And then at the same time, you hear about these politically correct movements, which I think are by and large run and staffed largely by obsessionals. There's a good idea at the back of political correctness, but it gets taken ad absurdum. And I think that the danger is this: if you're in a group of people and you find that one person is particularly touchy, they have difficulty controlling their emotions, greater difficulty than the other people in the group, then you can't have so much fun about them because they're touchy and they're likely to explode. So when they're around, you're not as relaxed, you're not as spontaneous, you can't be more real, you have to kind of be more formal. Now, if you find that society is being run by the touchiest members, then in a sense that's a bit sick, because you're trying to take as the general standard the standard of the people who have the greatest problem controlling their emotions in that area.